XRP holders are going to be so wealthy. And no, it's not just because I'm saying it. It's because Raoul is literally telling you what's going to happen. And he's warning you about what's coming as well. That's going to make XRP extremely valuable, and XRP holders that are still holding XRP at that time, very wealthy. With that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you guys are not in the free Discord, down in the description below, the #1 crypto Discord out there, you need to join it now. And it's completely free. There's a ton of valuable information in there as well. So what are you guys waiting for? Go and join the free Discord as well. Now, with that being said, let's talk about a few things. Let's start off with this Medium post that got posted by Ripple X Dev. Now, this is a company tied to Ripple that is empowering the XRP ledger through developers, accelerations, through grant programs and things like that. This is like a big piece of the puzzle if you guys haven't been focused on it. But they put out a great Medium post, and it's titled "Ripple and Archix: A New Era for the XRP Ledger with Real-World Asset Tokenization." Now we have tokenization on the XRP ledger takes a significant step forward with Ripple and Archix renewed collaboration. Now, for those out there that are not aware of this, yes, they did partner last month, and this was regarding a groundbreaking extension to their collaboration set to bring hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tokenized RWAs to the XRP ledger. Now, I went and summarized this with ChatGPT so that we are not reading over everything and wasting a lot of time. But we have Ripple and Archix have expanded their partnership to bring hundreds of millions of dollars in tokenized RWAs to the XRP ledger. This collaboration is a significant development for the XRP ledger community, offering new opportunities for developers and financial institutions. Key benefits include the creation of new financial instruments, enhanced DeFi solutions, and the merging of RWA stability with blockchain technologies, transparency, and liquidity. The XRP ledger is highlighted for its proven reliability, efficiency, and built-in capabilities, making it an attractive platform for institutional-grade financial use cases. This collaboration also emphasizes a compliance-first approach, aiming to integrate blockchain technology into global financial systems and drive mainstream adoption in financial markets. Now, also, if we go back over here, right, this is all through a few things. Number one, we actually go back up here, sorry. The creation of new financial instruments, enhanced DeFi, and the best of both worlds. We have developers can leverage tokenized RWAs to build novel financial products that were previously difficult, if not impossible to implement. Enhanced DeFi, more liquidity and diversified assets open up new avenues for DeFi solutions, especially at an institutional level. The best of both worlds. RWAs have relatively stable valuations and immense volume, yet lack many strong characteristics inherent in blockchain technology. Through tokenization, RWAs maintain their benefits while also benefiting from transparent fractionalization, global liquidity, and near immediate transaction settlement. And yes, as we look at what's going on right now, institutional DeFi has become a very big talking subject on this channel, and it's because of the money tied to it, specifically trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, okay? And if we're looking at that, Ripple, which is tied back to so many institutions, we're talking about hundreds of institutions, has been fully embracing the XRP ledger for DeFi, more specifically, institutional DeFi. And if we're thinking about that, okay, with how much money is tied to these institutions, Archix, by the way, which is one of the partnerships that Ripple has tied into through tokenization and the XRP ledger, they told us $30 to $50 trillion by 2025. Now, we don't know if that's going to be the case. We're coming down the wire on that prediction. But they said 30 to 50 trillion trading on the XRP ledger by the end of 2025. Okay, this is the partnership that we are literally talking about here, where they are bringing hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tokenized RWAs to the XRP ledger. If we're thinking about this, all right, if just 1 trillion was on the XRP ledger, what would that do to the value of XRP? Well, not only would it drastically increase the TVL on the XRP ledger, but it will also drastically increase the amount of utilization of XRP. It would demand a lot of XRP as well, because just take a look at DeFi TVL on Ethereum and how big Ethereum has become. This would be that on steroids. This would be so much bigger than anyone can perceive. But this is just a starting point. We go over here, we have DBS Bank, a Ripple partner, has launched a pilot program for blockchain-powered treasury tokens. Big shout to Subjective Views for this. We have, these are digital assets designed to streamline and enhance 24/7 treasury and liquidity management for businesses by using smart contracts and tokenization. It allows DBS to settle transactions faster and improve financial transparency. Now, what makes this even crazier, right? Because again, this is all talking about tokenization. This is DBS, and DBS is one of the largest banks out there. Over here, we have confirmation that DBS Bank, the largest in Singapore, is using Ripple for real-world asset tokenization. This is the head of payment products at Ripple. Check this out.
For me, payments is really broad, so it's really anything that needs fast settlement, and the next wave of growth I really see in real-world asset tokenization. We have customers like HSBC, DBS, the biggest bank in Singapore, DZ Bank in Europe, and they're all entering the space to tokenize a variety of assets like money market funds, sometimes real estate, gold, other, and they all need fast payments and settlement, and that's where I think the next trillions of dollars of growth will come to the industry.
And there you guys have it, right? The next trillions of dollars coming into this industry is through custody services, transactional services, all of this through digital assets. And this is confirmation that DBS Bank is using Ripple for RWA tokenization. And when we think about that, right, custody services, transactional services, Ripple has always mentioned that there needs to be an underlying market for these tokenized things of value. XRP becomes a much bigger talking subject when it comes to that, because XRP has always been touted as a bridge currency, a medium of exchange that is extremely liquid, extremely efficient. Now you could start to see the vision unfold. Now also over here we have Senior VP at Ripple, Marcus Infinger, explaining what is next for the XRP ledger in the upcoming bull cycle. Big shout out to Smoke Dog for this. Bringing more RWA and parts of the traditional financial world on chain. Ripple is currently using blockchain technology today that is compliant with existing regulations. We want to capture a portion of the quadrillion dollars in financial markets on chain. Regulation is moving crypto from the hype cycle to a utility cycle. Quadrillions, utility, RWA tokenization. While many are distracted by all the noise in crypto, the serious players in this market are positioning themselves for a success in this new paradigm shift. A shift where hype narratives are completely ignored and only utility and solving real-world problems are in the spotlight. This is why it is essential to do the proper research now to prepare for this. 100%. Guys, it's quadrillions of dollars. 1%. All it takes is 1%. Check this out.
Yes.
Okay, and so what's the focus right now, given that we're entering a new bull cycle and we're still, halfway through this year? Like, what are the priorities that XRP Ledger has?
Yes, so I would say XRP Ledger has really been built for business, built for powering real-world financial use cases. First and foremost, starting with payments. But now what we're seeing is really for use cases to expand beyond that. You see a lot of RWA tokenization use cases, and just really a tool and core infrastructure to bring more of the financial world or financial activity we see in the real world on chain, to remove frictions, build efficiencies, create values for us all, frankly.
So what do you think needs to happen? Like, what other challenges do we need to overcome to get to that point where everyone's more financially included?
Yeah, so there's a couple of pieces that still need to fall in place, I would say, on the regulatory front. And look, we've demonstrated with Ripple that you can use blockchain technology today in a way that's compatible with compliance frameworks, and we're doing that, as said before, in the billions of dollars every year in terms of doing payments way at a fraction of the cost and the time than in legacy systems. So it's possible, right? I think if we want to enlarge and see more, like there's over $1 quadrillion of financial assets off-chain, and if you want to see, 10% of that coming on-chain, we have like maybe 150 billion in terms of stablecoin so far. Regulation, I would say, is a key piece in terms of surveys we're doing for more of TradFi to come on-chain, but that's now starting to really fall more in place. Think of MiCA in Europe or Singapore or UAE, where you see frameworks really emerging. And so I do expect that we're really at the start of a paradigm shift whereby blockchain technology is really going beyond much of the hype and really into utility and powering financial activity much more going forward.
Okay. So
and yes, as we really look at what's going on here, we are transitioning from the hype and speculative cycle to a utility cycle. This is where assets that are fully embracing compliance first, that are kind of boring right now. Nobody cares to talk about them. Nobody cares to look at them. Nobody cares to invest in them. Only a select few. That's the projects that I'm focused on, because those are the projects that will become extremely valuable, worth trillions of dollars once we get into that utility cycle of the market. And even over here, we have from Raoul, big shout out to RizXRP for posting this. Listen, I think all these blockchains will be worth multiple trillions of dollars by 2032 and 2034. Now, I actually think that this might happen sooner, because once things really start to heat up, that's it. It's game over. But check this out.
The banks are worth. You know, do you think,
I mean,
if this thing is going to replace a lot of banking transactions, shouldn't it be worth at least $1 trillion?
I think all of these big blockchains will be worth multiple trillions of dollars, because these are not single applications. They're entire networks of which you can build entire other businesses upon. These are immensely valuable things, but the applications haven't yet been built on it. So yeah, I think you're dead right. You know, this cycle is not where these things are going. I think this space goes from 2 trillion today to 100 trillion by 2032, 2034.
Okay, so the message from Raoul Paul and also Anthony Scaramucci, but you're the big kahuna, I'm just a tiny biker, is relax. Don't get yourself too crazy with the volatility. All right, let's go to viewer.
Yeah, hold on, I just want to raise one point about this.
Yeah, please.
I just want to go back to what I just said. $2 trillion to $100 trillion in, let's say, 10 years. That will be the largest, fastest accumulation of wealth in all of human history.
Yeah,
that will be double the 100-year accumulation of wealth of the S&P 500.
Yeah.
So for those people in the game,
well, not to interrupt, but it would make sense, because you're taking third parties out of transactions. Because you just have to think about, from a human innovation point of view, every time we've interacted with each other, because we don't trust each other, we have a verifiable third party to help us. If you remove that, think of the cost savings to human society, human economy. So of course it would create that a level of wealth in a system that does that.
So therefore, as an investor, that's the thing to keep in mind. How do I stay in this trade for as long as possible and compound what is the largest? You know, if I go back to anybody and say, would you have bought the NASDAQ in 1990? Everyone would, hell yes. Well, here you've got it, 1990, not 99, 1990. You go, hell yes. Well, that's where we are now, somewhere in the mid-90s of the NASDAQ.
Yeah, even though the NASDAQ in 2000 corrected by 50%, if you bought it in 1990, you're sitting here in 2024, you're a very happy camper.
Very, very happy camper. So, you know, just think about the amount of wealth that generated from the technology boom. This is going to dwarf that.
And I completely agree. This is so much bigger than anything. When we look at some of these markets that will be tokenized, guys, I keep telling you guys, I go back to last year where I told you in July of 2023, real estate, 300 trillion plus, equities, 100 trillion plus, debt market, 300 plus trillion, derivatives, 600 trillion, 1.2 quadrillion, actual value, 600 trillion is notional, securities financing, 4 trillion, repurchase, lending, 2.9 trillion, asset management and fund administration, 89 trillion. Guys, you have the DTCC that is settling $3 quadrillion a year in securities. I mean, as we really look at what's going on here, yeah, these assets will be worth trillions of dollars. XRP worth trillions of dollars, in my opinion. No doubt about it. People could say what they want. They can make jokes about it all they want. But as we really look at what's going on, trillions, hundreds of trillions of dollars, possibly even quadrillions of dollars will be on chain. The network effect of that, the technological effect of that is just insane. When we look at some of these stocks that are worth, you know, a couple $1 trillion, think about these stocks. Think about these companies that these stocks are tied to. Think about what these companies are looking at. You look at Apple, you look at Microsoft, you look at Tesla, you look at, you know, all of these companies. Guess what they're looking at? They're looking at DLT, blockchain. How can we innovate with blockchain? How can we utilize, you know, DLT? How can we tokenize on these networks? And these companies are worth trillions of dollars. So think about what the technology around this space will be if these companies are tokenizing on these networks. It just goes to show you how early we are in this technological boom. And you don't have to overcomplicate it. Simplify things. Simply look at this space as you're on the ground floor. All you have to wait for that elevator is to go up. That's it. And who's going to press those buttons? It's going to be the big institutions, these big giant organizations, these big companies as well. And we'll get there. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but don't overcomplicate it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.